dumping of refuse indiscriminately, and those of you that are fond of urinating and defecating openly, please stop it. Stop it. Have you ever stepped out of the house like early in the morning? There are parts of Abuja that you will be amazed, not only amazed, you'll be shocked at the offensive odor that you're going to perceive, especially when it rains. So please say no to open defecation, and let's do the right thing. Together we can make Nigeria great again. Ladies and gentlemen, that being said, it's now time for us to take a look at the national dailies. Let's see what is trending for today. A lot is really going on at the moment, and it looks like Nigerians are still chewing, on the takeaways, if you like, from the Independence Day, speech the President Bola Ahmed Tinubu. We understand that he is calling for some sort of, confab or conference, where Nigerian youth will come together. Come to the round table, my dear lovely youth. Let us, dialogue. Let us discuss. Let's have a civil conversation and also, chart the way forward. But it appears that, didn't go down well with some people, as concerns are already coming, from some quarters that look, it will make no difference. But hey, never say never. We're starting off with the Vanguard newspaper this morning. On the Vanguard newspaper, hashtag end bad governance. That is the kicker. Lawyers, CSOs kick as hundreds of protesters rot in detention. Now, this comes with 3 riders underneath that headline. The first one here says 2,412 protesters held in 10 states and Abuja. The second rider says ask federal government to withdraw charges unconditionally and also release the protesters. The last rider says withdraw charges against protesters. SAN urges federal government. Now, that is a page 5 read on the Vanguard newspaper this morning. Right below that, blazing headline, this one here says 150 feared dead in Niger boat mishap, 16 bodies recovered. All right, that's a very sad one there. 150 feared dead. Well, are we having a situation where the boat was overloaded? But you get details on page 6 of the Vanguard newspaper this morning. And this one here says, Ondo Guber, that is the kicker. Youth protest, call for redeployment of resident electoral commissioner. That's on page 10. And then this one here says, constitutional amendment, that is the kicker. Atiku proposes rotational presidency, 5 years single tenure, others. That's on page 8 of the Vanguard newspaper this morning. Edo PDP protest governorship election results. All right, you get that on page 7 of the Vanguard newspaper. Rivers local government polls, that is the kicker. INEC, resident electoral commission disagree over voters register. And right underneath it says, as Fubara declares today, tomorrow, public holidays. That's on page 12. And then reps reject CFR, demand GCON honor for speaker. You get details of our story this morning on page 9 of the Vanguard newspaper. Federal government grants tax exemptions to oil and gas sector. That's page 20 read this morning on the Vanguard newspaper. And we have this one spot story right there. It says Egwavion gives conditions to lead Super Eagles full time. That's actually on page 31. But you know what? You can trust that Vicky Vic, the sports minister, will be right here to give you the tea with regards to that story. I'll leave it right there for the Vanguard newspaper this morning. Now let's quickly take a look at Nigerian Tribune newspaper. On the front page right there, you have oil and gas sector. Federal government introduces tax incentives, VAT modifications on diesel, CNG, others. And right underneath it says Gazette's withholding tax 2024 regulations. That's on page 7 of the Nigerian Tribune newspaper. Many missing as boat carrying over 200 passengers sinks in Niger. A writer underneath it says sources say 160 fear dead. That's on page 15 of the Nigerian Tribune newspaper. Reps reject Abbas's CFR, demands GCON like Akpabio's. All right, that's on page 21. Hire military contractors to wipe up terrorists, Ndume tells Tinubu. A writer underneath it says laments killings of 6 farmers in Borno State. Details on page 4. Atiku writes National Assembly proposes rotational presidency. A writer underneath that headline says wants minimum education qualification raised. Okay, that's on page 22. Looks like we've got more to chew on in the days to come. Tinubu leaves for UK on 2-week annual leave. That's on page 21. And then this one here says, I'm not working against Yoruba interest. Bamidele talking there, and you get details on page 3. A delegate threatens to sue APC director for 5 billion naira over alleged defamation. You get details on page 17 this morning on the Nigerian Tribune newspaper. Still on the front page, Rivers local government poll, that is the kicker. APC factions disagree over participation in exercise. A right underneath it says, while we have not released voter register, and that statement is credited to INEC. You get details of our story this morning on page 21. Senate summons works minister over Oyo Ogbomosho Road. Backs establishment of agric varsity in Iragbiji. Details on page 4. Ekiti returning to Awolowo's farm settlement era to boost food security. This is coming from Oyebanji, and you get details of that this morning on page 16. I'll leave it there this morning for the Nigerian Tribune newspaper. Let's take a look real quick at the Punch newspaper to see what the Punch is leading with. The Punch newspaper obviously is leading differently this morning with local government autonomy, governors in fresh move to delay implementation. A right underneath it says local governments plan to get October allocation from federation accounts as Nolge. Others urge enforcement. Details this morning on page 2 of the Punch newspaper. And then customs intercept 682 million naira cannabis indica at Tinkan Port. Details this morning on page 23 of the Punch newspaper. Court hears Barbican FBN 5.4 billion naira shares dispute on October 21st. All right, that's on page 23 as well of the Punch newspaper. And then 25 killed in Niger boat crash. You get details on pages 4 and 5 of the Punch newspaper. You see, when we have issues like this, there's always this, conflict, with regards to the figures or numbers. Two national dailies had reported 150 or 160, and now we have on the Punch newspaper 25. But anywho, our thought actually, goes are with those families of those who actually are victims who actually lost their lives to that boat mishap. But again, the right thing should be done at all times. There should be proper checks before people actually board those boats, and if the boats are not actually good enough to be on the waterways, then you should get them off. National honors, that is the kicker. House not inferior to Senate. Reps tell federal government. That's on page 22 of the Punch newspaper this morning. And then local government poll. INEC withholds register as Fubara Wike's camps clash. Details on page 18. And then PCL portal shuts down, delays petrol supply. This is coming from marketers, and that's on page 24. PDP crisis. Oyinlola peace panel begins sitting on Monday. That's on page 10. The last one here on the Punch newspaper says federal government stops VAT on diesel and cooking gas. That's on page 23. So grab a copy this morning to get details of those headlines, and of course more stories right there on the Punch newspaper. The Daily Trust newspaper is up next. And on the front page of the Daily Trust newspaper, 16 buried, 150 still missing after Niger boat mishap. 2 riders underneath that headline. The first one here says, ferry conveying 300 Maulud celebrants. And then the second one here says, a rescue operation still ongoing. 182 lives lost in 3 years. Okay, details this morning on page 4 of the Daily Trust newspaper. Iran-Israel war, that is the kicker. Federal government moves to evacuate Nigerians in Lebanon. You get details this morning right down the Daily Trust newspaper. And then 10 killed in Lagos road accident. Reps reject CFR national honor for speaker, demand GCON. It appears the story is actually trending across the national dailies this morning, but is there really any point, making a storm in a teacup over, the national honors that have been conferred? Anywho, Kebbi governor donates SUVs to emirs. Okay, all right. That's on page 4 of the Daily Trust newspaper this morning. Governor Lawal's allegations against Matawale despite onslaught on bandits on patriotic. All right. You get details of that story this morning on page 8. This one here says Manufacturers Association of Nigeria to federal government sanction officials making policies that ruin businesses. That's on page 20, if I'm not mistaken. And then Constitution review. Atiku proposes rotational presidency. That's on page 10, if I'm not mistaken as well, on the Daily Trust newspaper. And I tell you guys, that's just going to be about the size of headlines I will be taking across the national dailies this morning. It's now time for you to call in to share your thoughts. What do you make of these headlines for today? Really, so much to talk about with a lot to take in, like I'd always say. The numbers to call this morning are 09087668888 or 09073530044. You can send a voice note or a WhatsApp message to the WhatsApp portal on 09097054450. I take that number again, 09097054450. Please, when you call in to share your thoughts, stay civil, avoid the use of vulgar language or abusive words, and try to maintain 2 minutes or less whilst making your contribution. Would like to state also that these are just the headlines, which can sometimes be too catchy to spark emotions flying right, left and center. As always, we urge you to grab copies of these national dailies to get details of the reviewed headlines. Good morning to you.
Hello, good morning, my sister.
Good morning. Your name and location?
Yes, my name is Apostle Osolai from Apple. So I'm weighing in on this sanction those making policy that are affecting the economic of this country. Yes, there are some policy that government they make that will keep many businesses packing. Like that policy that keep POS operators packing. It's not good. And there are some policy that they will make, and all the companies that are engaging our youth in work, you see the companies are folding. So the economic team of this Tinubu should know what they are doing. Even those things they used to do that our naira are depreciating, going down on daily basis, whereby dollars are going up. It's not good. They have to look into it very properly before anything they do. Thank you, and God bless you for a good work you are doing. My name remains Apostle Osolai from Apple. God bless you.
Thank you very much. All right, let's take this call. Hello, good morning to you. Hello. Hello, good morning. All right. Hello, good morning.
Hello, good morning.
Good morning. Your name and location, please.
My name is Dr. Prince Like on the line.
All right. Where are you calling from?
I'm calling from Kaduna as usual.
All right. Please go ahead.
Please, I use this media to conjure with the family that lost their beloved ones and this half of boots in Niger State, ferry, something of that nature, place. Sorry. God should give them the fortune to be an irreplaceable loss. But I am in this mood of lamentation, telling Mr. President they should do the needful. What is there? What is the big deal of constructing a dam to avoid all these SSSs? There's no place that we are finding things easy. A high sense of happiness and also peacefulness in this country. It's a pity. Now, our naira is depreciating, insurgency here and there, catastrophe here and there. Every time we are going to have losage of life here and there. It's not something to celebrate about. It's not something to appreciate about. Please let the Mr. President do the needful. We voted him to be very, very helpful to us, not all the other way around. Understand me?
Right.
Nigerian people are suffering. So which time are we going to come out from suffering nation? A nation that God has overblessed, both human and also natural resources. The industries are folding here and there. That, this and that. I don't know. Please, can we be merciful to each and every one of us? It's not a taboo. We have a sense of sacredness for us to be called Nigerians. This citizen of a great giant of Africa, the most populous black nation of the whole world, are passing through enigma, passing through catastrophe, passing through temptation and celebration. Please, enough is enough. Thank you and have a blessed day.
Thank you very much.
That's for me, and I greet you, Mommy. God bless you.
Thank you very much, Dr. Prince Ike from Old Karamo. Please, when you call in, stick to, the headlines that are making the rounds for today. All right, 09087668888 or 09097054450. You can also reach us on 09073530004. Hello, good morning to you.
Hello, good morning.
Yes, your name and location, please.
My name is GB, calling from Life Camp.
All right, please go ahead.
That's my brother, Udwak.
He's very well, thank you.
Yes. INEC said they have not released a list of voters list to Rivers State government. And two courts have said that there should not be election on that day. Now, but the governor have declared holiday even from today that there will be election. You now ask yourself, by the time you conduct this election, which list are you going to use? You see everybody just come and print and go? Number two, all those courts injunction and judgment, they are not vacated. At the end of the day, legally they made the election null and void. So sometimes I ask myself, what's the government aiming at? You see, he supporting people in APP and still in PDP. Thinking that if they win election there and it can defer to PDP, APP or whatever, then let's see what happens. My heart goes to those who lost their life in those mishap, but I want to say that we should develop a waterway, transportation system. There is not enough safety. If you see all this boat, rickety boat and the rest of it, they don't wear they don't wear life jacket. They don't wear all those things. I think the government of the state governor should develop. That there is regulation and there is safety. Just like we have road safety on the road and police, there should be some safety regulation. Before you move, you must put on some your life jacket and observe something, because all this unnecessary death is we don't want it. Right. It's getting one too many.
Absolutely.
Please, thank you very much.
Thank you very much indeed. Yes, really very disturbing trend. One too many. Yes, cases of boat mishap is that we really don't have safety or precautionary measures on ground that these people actually adhere to before even boarding the boats. Well, so much to talk about with a lot to take in indeed. This is a wake up call to the relevant stakeholders to do the needful. There should be thorough checks and balance, right? Hello, good morning to you.
Hello, good morning. My sister.
Your name and location, please.
Thank you for having me. My name is Danjuma Dari. I'm calling from Bidan, Chairman Freedom Caller Association, Niger State Chapter for Science City.
Right, go ahead.
I support what last caller said now. If our government, those people that are on top of water, when lost their life day before yesterday in Niger, they not give them the jacket, and every day government has said they distribute the jacket for those people, and if you ask them, they say now only 1 or 2, and their car passenger more than 300. What they are using our money do, they should fear God. Lastly, the governor that distribute car for Emirates in Kebbi, very unfortunately. My sister, when people are suffering, people are hunger, people are dying, if the governor use this money to repair healthcare, education, good road for rural area, it's better than distribute the car for the Emirates. And make them fear God. Only 954 days remain for them for the city. If they do good, they will see. If they do bad, it's their own. God bless Eagles Radio. Thank you.
Thank you very much for that contribution right there. But we really do not know the reasons behind, that gesture, from the governor who bought SUVs, for, emirs in the state. But we'll take a quick break now to pay some bills. When we come back, you can trust that the studio lines will still be open for you to call in, to share your thoughts. This is Eagles FM 102.3 Abuja, your radio experience you can count on.
No problem. We're cooling it down with the freshest hits.
Eagles 102.3 Abuja.
Child Protection Initiative Against Cybercrime CCPRO calls on all teens and tech lovers for the 3rd Nigeria Teen Cyber Festival, NG Teen Cyber Fest 2024. Join thousands of young minds as we dive into the future of technology and cybersecurity with the theme From Ideas to Impact, Fostering Innovation in the Age of AI. Meet top tech experts, explore the latest in online privacy, join our hackathon contest, and win fabulous prizes. Date 3rd of October 2024 at the Olumawu School, Wuse 2, Abuja. To participate in the hackathon or main event, please call Bumi on 081-3309-8542 or Zubeiru on 070-6662-4417. NG Teen Cyberfest. Secure, innovate, lead. The future is yours. Supported by Eagles 102.3 FM.
Heroes walk among us, unnoticed, uncelebrated, yet their impact shapes our nation. On the 2nd of October 2024 at 4 p.m., Nigeria will gather to another unsung heroes, those who have gone beyond the call of duty to uplift our great nation. Join us at the Nigerian Patriotism Awards at the prestigious Nikon Luxury Hotel, Abuja.
No offense to the commercials. It's just that we want to see other audio.
Eagles 102.3.
Get the desired clients for your business and service and get your phones buzzing. From the 1st of September to the 31st of December, you can advertise and reach a large audience with the Eagles FM Ember Months package. Advertise on any of our platforms and get a whopping 30% discount. That's right, 30% discount. For more information, please call 080-5919-8658. 080-5919-8658 or 081-5791-7278. 081-5791-7278. The Eagles FM 102.3 FM Ember package is a sure way to getting a wider clientele for your business and service.
No offense to the commercials. It's just that we want to see other audio.
Eagles 102.3.
Thanks for staying with us. This is Eagles FM 102.3 Abuja, your radio experience you can count on. And we're still looking at, the pages. You can call it, newspaper review if you like. Yeah, and our studio lines are still open. You can call in to share your thoughts, having, listened to the headlines for today. What exactly are your thoughts? A reminder to stay civil and, avoid the use of vulgar or obscene language whilst, making your contribution this morning. The numbers to call us are 090-8766 8888 or 090-73530044. Please send a voice note or a message to the WhatsApp platform on 090-9705-4450. Hello, good morning to you.
Good morning.
Yes. Thank you for calling. What's your name and location, please?
This is Moses from Suleja.
All right, Moses, please go ahead.
Let's start with my brother. What's on the studio this morning?
He will be here by 10 a.m.
It's okay. We wish him safe journey. Yeah. Your other line is not working. The one that ends with 888.
Yes, we're actually working on that. So thank you so much for that observation.
Yeah. I think the issue of this capsized boat in Niger State and some other places, advice has been given on this platform, and I believe that the government should do what it needs to do. Nobody should operate with boats because life of people on this boat are risk. How would they take human life as if it's a chicken? We are talking about insecurity. It's part of insecurity too. If you cannot secure the life of the masses as a governor or as a local government chairman or whatsoever or a community, at least being a leader is not an easy task. So we have been given an advice on this platform that no one should be allowed to use this boat without life jacket.
Right.
Let there be a monitoring security who will make sure that anybody who will place a boat on a river or on a sea, let there be a provision of a life. How much is a life jacket? You cannot compare the life of human being to life jacket. How much will it cost them? So that is another advice again we are still giving them, because we should avoid all these unnecessary loss of lives. People that has hope, and these people are people of destiny. Then lastly, removals of VAT on our gas. Well, I believe that I don't know what the ordinary Nigerians will use again, because we are the producer of crude oil, and out of this crude oil, we have gas, we have kerosene. Do you know that many Nigerians today, you don't know how many people are using gas and how many people are using kerosene? And that is the only level that an ordinary Nigerian can enjoy the dividends of this government.
Right.
So I believe that they should go beyond removing of the VAT and bringing down the price cost of the gas. The high cost of gas is high. So ordinary Nigerians cannot enjoy that. Thank you for the good job and God bless you.
Thank you very much for that contribution, and also the call, for a downward review, when it comes to the price of cooking gas and perhaps kerosene, right? The numbers to call are still 090-8766-8888, 090-73530044. I think the other studio line is now on. You can, call in on that line as well. Please do well to send a voice note or a message to the WhatsApp portal on 0909-705-4450. Good morning.
Hello, good morning.
Good morning. Thanks for calling.
Good morning. How are you?
Very well, thank you. Your name and location, please.
My name is Abdul calling from Suleja, Niger State.
Right, please go ahead.
I heard the federal government are removing VAT on all oil sectors. I hope the thing will transfer in the marketplace so that it is not only we hear the news and they will not implement it. And I want to use this opportunity to extend my condolences to those people that died in Niger State. You see, the problem is that I think the boat is overloaded, and at the same time, it was in the night. You can hear the story and hit a tree, and the boat capsized. So I'm using this opportunity to extend my condolences to them.
All right.
God help Nigeria. God help Eagle FM. Thank you, Mercy. Bye.
Thank you very much indeed. Our hearts actually, goes out there to those, families, who probably lost one or two, to this boat mishap, and we actually pray God, to bear you, the fortitude, of course, to give you the fortitude, to bear this, this irreparable loss. It's a very sad one, a very, very sad one would say. But I think I'll just go right onto the WhatsApp portal this morning to take, some of the messages that we have on here. Samuel from Kuje says, good morning to you, my sister Omoefe. Peace. All right. Congratulations and welcome to another new day. My sincere condolences to the families of the boat mishap in Niger State. Please, this boat mishap is becoming a matter of concern. Does it mean that we don't have agencies, that oversee waterways? If we have, what are they doing about the constant boat mishap that is claiming lives of Nigerian citizens? The president is going on 2 weeks leave outside the country while the people he claims to be governing are dying in boat mishap, hunger, insecurity, and hardship. Not even a word of comfort and consolation from the president. Kai, who did this to us and how did we get here? All I know is that posterity will judge everyone. I rest my case. Have a great day, Omoefe. Samuel from Kuje says, thank you so much. This one here says, good morning to you, Lady Omoefe. Great day awaits you. Please, thank you. Misplaced priorities, much ado about nothing. That's what's playing out before our very eyes in the National Assembly, because the selected members in the lower house have nothing to do but to get busy by talking about the category of the so-called national honor bestowed on an undeserving fellow. What do you mean undeserving? That happens to be their speaker. This kind of thing supposed to be witnessed among the kindergartens, but here we are in Nigeria today. There is no difference between a child and an adult on anything that brings shame. May God Almighty save us from ourselves. Amen. Comrade Ulo Basi Buhari there. Okay, when you say that the honor bestowed on someone, like someone, or you say he is, not deserving of that honor. What exactly are your reasons, or what is the yardstick, for this, conclusion? I'll take some of the voice notes that we have here before I revert, to the voice calls. Let's take a listen to this one.
Morning, Ibusefe. Good morning, Nigeria. My name is Dan from Korodu. Honestly, I want to commend all media houses, most especially Ibusefe, for keeping us on up to date, and my condolences to the family of those that lost their life in Niger State on the boat mishap. May their souls rest in peace. Amen. I also want to talk about the presidential speech concerning the youth conference. I don't think that is a welcome idea. The president knows what to do in this country. If there is a neighbor environment, all this will not come up. The system is bad. The system is harsh. Let them be adequate electricity. Let there be job creation. Then leave Nigeria youth. We know how to work. We are hardworking people. It's just that there is no enable environment. Honestly, this government needs to wake up. The president is traveling again without fixing the price of petrol. He's just leaving us in the dark. We live as if we don't have leaders. Please, let our leaders wake up and take this country serious, honestly. Nigerians are going through difficult moments. People are committing suicide every day. The hunger in the land is unimaginable. Please, leaders, wake up. God bless Nigeria.
All right, thank you so much for that one. Let's take a listen.
Good morning, Omoefe. How are you doing this morning? Good morning to all our callers and listeners on this platform. My name is Eric from Kuje this morning. I just want to appreciate you for your admonition and words of advice this morning concerning overspeeding and keeping our vicinity, clean and all of that. You see, these things are conscious and deliberate efforts to have a better and saner society. It's easier for people to come on this platform and say, God help Nigeria will be great again. But at times I laugh because I ask myself that, what are those conscious and deliberate efforts we are making collectively as a people to see how this country get better? If you look at that issue of accident that happened at Badagry, one-way driving, overspeeding and all of that, over 10 lives or so were lost. Ask yourself, when these people see this driver overspeeding, and in fact the first time they wanted to follow the highway, if they have raised their voice collectively and condemned him, I'm telling you, the driver may or might have a rating, or when they observe that, okay, all of us want to come down, but because also the passengers, all on their mind is they just want to get to where they are going to. How they get there is none of our business. So some of these things are avoidable. And look at the issue of cleanliness. These things start from our homes, from our various homes, which expand to the larger society. So honestly, it's easier to say Nigeria will be better, but we must work towards getting it better. Thank you.
That's right. It's a collective effort, yeah. we all must, put our hands, on the deck, to make sure that Nigeria, becomes that country that people in other crimes would actually envy. Let's take this voice note.
My name is Salasi. I greet Elder Onoja, Triple D from Wari. Mr. Bright, I greet you. I greet Otanya and Bibi Blessing. Talatu, I greet you all. I want to start by talking about Sulaiman Abbas. You can see what is happening to him. After detaining him for 6 years, they just sacked this guy like that. Just like that, they just sack him. They just sack him. I'm telling you. How I wish this guy would get someone that will fight for him and place charges on this Nigerian Navy. It's in that place that he get this problem of insanity, this mental problem. Saying that they should hurry and they should get military contractor to wipe out Boko Haram. When Jonathan wanted to wipe out Boko Haram by Ejderika or Minima, what did they say in Maiduguri? The elders of Maiduguri, use politics in order to stop Jonathan from that. I remember Erofa and other people said they are going to report Minima or Ejderika to the World Court of Hague. Now they want the Nigerian to hire military contractor to wipe out Boko Haram. In what way? Did they agree to name the job of Jonathan? I want to commend the federal government by removing VAT on diesel and cooking gas. We want to see all these prices coming down. As I always say, politics is over. If it's good, it's good for all of us. And if it's bad, all of us feel the heat. So not all of our family members work in federal government. Thank you for giving me the privilege. Nagode.
Salasi there, thank you so much for that voice note. We'll take this one.
Good morning, Efe. This is Alami from Mapu Legislative Quarters. I greet and I greet the callers. Atiku advocate for rotational presidency. I mean, that is where you found, that's where people like Atiku found their voices. In areas, where the leadership quality is expected. In areas of about 15 million Almajiris in northern Nigeria, which is one of those that contributed to it, is not his concern. The situation that has made our region, northern region, the most insecure, region in Nigeria. When you see 500, 1,000 bandits, within the age bracket of 15 and 17 years old, publicly riding bike, hanging AK-47 on their neck. Those are not the concerns of Atiku Abubakar. How can we reduce the number of Almajiris littered all over our region? It's not his concern. How can we put a stop to the child marriage? The barbaric practice of child marriage in our region, where 13, 14, 15-year-old that should be in classroom are being married off. These are not the concerns of Atiku. It's all about seeking political powers to fulfill the second phase of selling off our national asset to his cronies like he did when he was the president, the vice president of the country. It's just unfortunate. It's unfortunate.
All right, thank you for that voice note, Alamin, and you used, indeed very strong words right there. But again, your opinion. So now you can call it. I think I will just come back to to the voice calls. Let's get more thoughts or viewpoints with regards to the headlines for today. The numbers to call are still 090-8766-8888 or 090-7353-0044. You can also send a voice note or a message to the WhatsApp portal on 090-9705-4450. Yes, these are the studio lines to which you can engage with us as we take a look at the blazing headlines for today. A message right here on the WhatsApp portal says, good morning, Eagles FM. I'm listening from Nasarawa State. Niger State has a yearly history of boat mishaps arising from overload, no life jackets, boats old enough to be discarded, etc. Why can't the authority in Niger State checkmate the activities of boat operators in Niger State? Lastly, there are some places in the state you can only travel by boat and for hours. These places don't have any presence of government, but during election, ballot boxes must get there. All right. One could actually perceive, a little bit of sarcasm right there. Terry Kimbi Hundu, thank you so much for that message. Hello, good morning to you.
Good morning, Efe.
Good morning. Your name and location, please.
My name is John from Suleja.
All right, go ahead.
Okay. Each time we call on the president, he did this, he did that. And sometimes I get worried. Sometimes I say, what is the work of National Assembly? Now they are dragging and rejecting what they give, the honor they give to the House, the lower House of Representatives, I mean,
right.
That is their concern now. That is their concern. And when they see protesters, they say, let them protest while we are eating our food. You see, the National Assembly was established in democracy to checkmate the executive, their excesses. But in this National Assembly, my heart believes especially from the Lawan regime to this very one. There's nothing. I don't know whether the National Assembly exists. They are just powerless members. You go and borrow. Nothing concerns with that regime during the 9th National Assembly. Now it has started with this. Fuel subsidy. They are not talking. They are not saying anything. So the whole of these protests, they are even mocking Nigerians. They let them go and protest. What is this National Assembly? I want to know why is their concern now how their award or the Bola Tinubu giving to their chairman or whatever they name. But their concern is not about Nigeria and the masses how they are suffering. You see, when Obasanjo increased fuel price, the National Assembly was already said immediately they reconvened and say no, this cannot happen. What to reverse it? I need this National Assembly. I tire with National Assembly. Thank you.
Thank you very much. Hello, good morning to you.
Good morning.
Is this Bright on the line?
Yeah, this is Bright.
Good morning to you, Bright.
Good morning.
Thanks for calling.
A pleasant day for you.
Thank you. You too.
And the Able family members.
Right.
I especially greet Salasi.
Where are you calling from today?
Airport Road.
Right.
Yes. You see the deceit of people we call the leaders. You are talking about youth conference. I got asked the question, from which sector or from which area are you going to draw the members that will constitute the assembly? Is it from party members or religious group or schools or from where? Look, let me tell you. You say you don't know the problem of Nigeria. Let the youth come and tell you the problems of Nigeria. The same youth you are fighting, arresting, tear gassing, imprisoning them, and even calling that they want to support your government or planning to level felon. It's not ironic. How can you tell somebody to come and tell you the problem and you still be pursuing the person up and down? Let me tell you, unless we want to tell ourselves the truth, we know that APC government is full of propaganda. They will tell you another thing and do another thing. Okay, let me ask you a question now, Mwefe. Are you telling me that this UK, this Mr. Tinubu is going now, is it not being built by people? Why can't it develop? We have Yankari Game Reserve here. We have this one in Calabar, in Cross River, Obudu Cattle Ranch. Why can't it be developed? You see our people, UK, Germany, Ecuador. It's a careful thing. Even when Mr. Tinubu is sick now, you will hear that he is gone to Germany for medical check-up. If they build hospital in Nigeria, will it be a crime? Hi.
Thank you so much. Thank you so much for your contribution right there. I mean, we also have, masses, Nigerians, especially the youth. If you check very carefully, a number of them are on YouTube. They are now, travel, vloggers or lifestyle content creators. They actually patronize, the likes of Kenya, the Maldives, and a host of other countries, on vacation and all of that, promoting their culture and the way of life, when we have, beautiful sites and locations here in Nigeria that one can actually visit to have a swell time. But I'm afraid I'll just leave it here for today because of time, and we've got bills to pay. Thank you all so much for keeping us company on the pages this morning. It's not enough to listen to the headlines and not to react. Do well to get copies of any of these national dailies, so you can get concrete details of these headlines. Thank you all so much. I'd like to state that the views expressed by the callers were not influenced by Eagles FM 102.3 Abuja, and I am Omo. If a piece of summary at 8 o'clock will be time for sports with Vicky Vic. Good morning.